Who doesn't love referrals? I know I do, but I bet we're talking about a different kind. So I'm Kathy Burns, and I'm here in the Lake Norman area, and I wanted to talk about referrals at a deeper level and see if you think that you could incorporate this into your business. I know agents are always looking about getting referrals and how do I get a referral, Me, I want to give referrals. And you say, I'll take them. Well, I want to teach my sphere to think of me as the person that can get them the perfect agent. So if you like that kind of thinking, subscribe below, listen in. I'm about to talk all about that and how you can do it. So years ago, I had an outgoing referral. I love that idea. One of my sellers was actually a buyer. A buyer was going to be moving into the area and they needed to sell their home. And I said, are you working with an agent? And you've probably done the same thing. And they say, no, but my sister does this or something. I say, what if I could get you one of the top realtors that wasn't going to know you weren't going to have to deal with that situation where your family or your friends going to know all your finances and understand what's going on with you. You aren't going to jeopardize a friendship or a family relationship. I got you an independent person, very high qualified, and they could be someone that you would interview. You could at least interview them and give that a shot and then decide and explain to your family member or friend, say, hey, your friendship's too important to me. Now you may be saying, I don't like that idea, Kathy. If I was the agent and that knew the person, I'd be kind of ticked off that they did it. I get it, but honestly, I've seen friendships and family situations really wrecked by doing these types of deals with family or friends. Honest to God, I don't ever want to do it. My son, who I love dearly, was one of my toughest clients. My daughter was tough too, and I didn't charge either one of them a commission. When we were doing the buy, wait a minute, did I? No, when we were doing the sell. The buy, I got the commission, but the sell, So anyway, and that's family, but believe me, you can create some awful rifts. You can create rifts if they don't use you. So this is about your mindset. So what are you going to do when your friend doesn't use you? I've seen so many posts where people are like, oh, they didn't use me. That really pisses me off. Stop it. They didn't use you. Just move on. So let me get back to my story here. Anyway, so you get this outgoing referral. You teach your people that you can get the best agents in every area. EXP, I have a tool that many of you don't have unless you're with EXP. I can go track down some of the top agents in the best towns all around the country and go in and filter that down in a matter of a nanosecond. And what I say to my clients are, hey, if you don't like the first one, I got plan B and plan C. We'll interview them and you see what you want. If you don't like any of them, it's okay. Go use your sister or your brother or your friend. Totally up to you. However, this one's going to be very experienced in your area. Want to give it a shot? Most of them say sure. So then I'd reach out to that agent. I tell them what they're looking for. They've already filled me in on the scoop. And I find out from that agent, based on what their profile says and what they're telling me. But I call them, I interview them, and I find out, are you the guy or the gal that can help my client actually get this deal done? Because they want to buy with me. I would like that, right? And so now we've worked out the deal. I send that person, the referral agent, and they do their job. I ask them to stay in touch with me, both the client and the agent, so that I know what's going on through the process. I don't want any sucker punches not finding out that client's ticked off at that agent or that agent's ticked off at that client not responding. Tell me, keep me in the loop. So maybe I've got 2 hours tops invested. Now last year, I did $3.6 million in outgoing referrals. That was only on a few listings or a few deals because they were higher point. That's good. I also got 30% referral on that because if it's over $1 million, that's what I want. I want a 30% referral. Now that is very easy money. And my clients who are all happy, I was very happy. It was win-win for everybody. Now this year, I did much less. I only did around $740,000, but I still made $4,600. And that's on a 2.5% commission. I was happy for that, for maybe 2 hours worth of work. Yeah, I'll do that all day long. So what I would encourage you to do, you want to create this into your business plan so that you're going to do X amount of business in outgoing referrals. And you say, well, how do you do that? You have to be on purpose. You have to have your social media content. Talk about how you can do this. Now, there's a lot of agents that are not with EXP. How do they do it? Well, they're They can be part of referral Facebook groups. I see tons of them, and you can do that. The only challenge with that is you really don't know, just because they're in that town, are they qualified? I'd really be doing a lot more homework on that agent to find out. Some of the larger franchises, they've got inside tools within the company that says this is where all these agents are, and you can reach out to them and work with that as well. I think I did that with Coldwell Banker, Remax, Keller, because that was with all three of those companies. I think they had those tools. It sticks with my head the most in Remax. So they've got those tools, which are important to use. But I would also be doing my social media. I would be saying in my social media probably once a week that I can help find you the best agent. I talk about the problem of using your family or your friends to be your agent. Are they that skilled? Now, if they're a seasoned agent in that area, great, do it. The only other thing that I'd throw that little curveball or that nagging little thought in is, do you want them to know your personal business? Sometimes people don't. And that's to your advantage if you're trying to get that business. Also, I don't want them losing their friendship because they didn't do it, because some people do get really irritated about it. Me, I'm like, whatever, let's move on. Because there's plenty of business, even though it feels like there's not a lot of business. For the ones who build this as a business, you will always get more than everybody else because you're the hustlers, you're the builders. So you incorporate this into your weekly social media. I'm in a networking group. I have a BNI chapter that I meet with every single week. I've been doing it since 2008. And I always make sure that once a month, I talk about outgoing referrals in my 60-second commercial, because that's important to me. And I got 2 of those deals from my BNI group, because that's my sphere, that's who I'm talking to. And it's very important that you're on purpose about this, because if you're not on purpose, it's just going to happen maybe once a year or something, where you got a fluke because a buyer is called you and they're coming into town and they got to sell their house, and maybe they're not working with somebody. So maybe you'll get that. Now, incoming referrals, that's great too. I like those, but as someone who's older than probably most of you, I don't want to work those as much anymore. Those are buyers. I prefer listings, not knocking buyers. Just my choice is the listings. I prefer not to work on the weekends, and with buyers, I'm almost always working on the weekends and at night. So those are just some little tips. This is a short video on that concept, but I really think you need to incorporate that in your marketing plan. What do you think about that? You pro or con? Have you had bad results? Let me know in the comments below what you're thinking about that. I'd be curious to hear. Let's talk about it. Let's mastermind about it, which I really love to do. So I'm Kathy Burns. If you like this, and when I talk about some other things, I got lots of subjects I talk on. Please subscribe, share this with someone that you know so that they can incorporate that in their business. I mean, think about the commission on that $3.6 million that I got that year. That was big, and that was a little bit of work. So you can do this too. Anyway, subscribe below, please share, and I'll talk to you soon on the next one.